Sunbrion, what's going on, Bruce? Ladies and gentlemen, this video that I am going to film right here and now is probably 2 to 3 years in the making. And to be honest, it has been building up for a very long time in my body and in my mind. And that is the idea, the concept of being a raw Pokemon card investor in a world surrounded by sealed investor bros. And people telling you, no matter what, just because when you rip sealed, it goes down in number, meaning it's harder to find and it goes up in price. And when you rip sealed, more singles enter the market. So naturally, all singles go down in value. Duh, bro. You're an idiot. You are just so freaking stupid if you choose to invest in raw Pokemon cards instead of just being a sealed investor bro. Because being a sealed investor bro is so the just most obvious move, right? No matter what, you have to do sealed investing because when you rip them, then there's a less sealed investment. So to do anything other than that, to choose to learn, to deep dive into Pokemon cards, to get into the hobby, to get into the raw cards, to grade, all that, you're just an absolute moron. If you do any of that, period, straight up, you are an imbecile. How dare you invest in raw Pokemon cards? First of all, a lot of this sealed stuff I'm actually giving away. Like I'm giving away that Paradox Rift booster box. I'll be giving away, I got this I'm giving away right now. In yesterday's video, I'll be giving away that TERASTAL Festival booster box. What else? I'm giving away a holiday calendar. I'm giving away so much stuff. I'm even going to give away a little EV boat in a surprise box. All right, anyway, yes, I do have a little bit of sealed, but today's video is about all investor bros and Danny Phantom. Come on, Danny. I even heard Danny 3 weeks ago say you should not ever consider investing in Pokemon cards. You should only do Pokemon cards for your collection. You are dumb if you invest in raw Pokemon cards. Tell that to Dan and Radar, the two who, by the way, bought like 1,000 Van Gogh Pikachus at $90 a pop. You know how much they made on that move? They made over $100,000. Tell that to all the people that bought the stained glass birds cards, 50 copies, 100 copies, at 20 bucks over the last 4 years. Tell that to them, okay? So first of all, the reason I chose this assortment of cards to show you guys, rather than say these expensive stack over here, I just set these in the corner just to prove that I do go a little more expensive every once in a while. Absolutely. Like I paid 50 bucks for Starmie, probably paid 40 for the Mew. I know for all my Shining Magikarps, I only paid 20 bucks each for. Greninjas, Kingdras, I probably paid 15 or 20 for those shortly after release. And yeah, I'm a big Black Star promo guy, so this, both of these are just chocked full of Black Star promos. A lot of SV ones, a lot of Sword and Shield ones, tons of Sword and Shield. I got a few Marnies, more Pekos, as you can see. So anyway, I'm a big time raw Pokemon card investor. And the reason I'm making this video is because over the last 3 years, you choose your favorite Pokemon investor, Pokeoz, anybody, okay, any of them, even Danny Phantom himself. Let's say, where's my Mews at? Oh God, I don't even got all the Mews out. I got some of the Mews out. All right, so let's take the 151 pink SIR promo, the Mew promo, that beautiful Mew promo, right? Let's say all you did was listen to your favorite investor bros 2 years ago, and instead of buying a couple of those Mew promos for, let's say, look at that square cut Pika, look at that. Let's say you could have bought all those Mew promos for $4.50, maybe $6. You could have bought Mewtwo. Where's my Mewtwo's? I didn't grab my Mewtwo's either. You could have got Mewtwo for like $2, right? But instead, you didn't do any of that because your favorite investor bro and Danny Phantom told you, no, don't do that. Just invest in sealed. Sealed only. That's all you should be doing. So now all these promos, like say Pikachu Pikachu SM162 right here. Every one of these I paid 10 bucks for. 10 bucks. That's $800 worth of Pikachu SM162. Okay? That's a dub. Literally everything on this table is actually a dub. It's sad how many... I can count on one hand how many times I've been screwed over in a raw card purchase. We got Cerulege from Prismatic. Definitely overpaid for that. The two gold Pikas from Surging. Definitely overpaid for that. And then I overpaid by $20 on Salamence from Journey Together. That's the only losses I can think of all the thousands and thousands and thousands of cards I bought over the last 3 or 4 years. And as you can see, by the way, a lot of Charizards, a lot of Pikachus, a lot of Mews, a lot of Rayquazas, and at the time, a lot of really cheap illustration rares. This whole box is just pure illustration rares right there. Okay, and why am I saying this? That just because one thing is true doesn't mean that anything else that is contradictive to that is a bad idea. Because all of this stuff here is worth so much more than it was a year ago or 2 years ago. Like that was $4. These are like 20 bucks now. These two Celebration Rayquazas are like $60 each. I paid, what, $5 for these things? Literally? You know, it goes on and on and on. Like the Galarian Moltres, okay? I have 20 of them still in the cardboard. Why? Because I had a feeling they would increase in value. That is what raw Pokemon card investors do. They do not invest in Surging Sparks Pikachu SIR at freaking $900. Raw Pokemon card investors do not buy Sunbreon at $1,600. They do this. They buy popular Pokemon or good artworks, cheap, low risk, high reward. This card's $5. Worst case scenario, it'll go down to $3, maybe $2. Oh God. But best case scenario, you get the next bubble and now it's 20, 30, 40, 60, 100. This card, when I bought these, was $150 in a PSA 10. These are now going for over $1,000. This is a grand total $80 investment. And if I got 10s on all of them, that would go into 8,000, 80 to 8,000. That's not a 10x, that's a 100x. You get what I'm saying? Even one of these, they all get 9s. One of these is paying for all this. Easily, easily. These are all freaking perfectly centered, by the way. So the reason this matters now is because we are in the Poke Apocalypse, okay? The Poke Apocalypse 2025. And a lot of you sealed investor TIMMYS that don't have any of this good shit right here on the table, you already know if you sell your positions, you're just done and you're over. And if you want to reinvest, you're reinvesting at an entry point that is literally 3 times MSRP. So now you have inherent risk involved if you want to continue to be a sealed Pokemon card investor. And here's what is the beauty of being a raw Pokemon card investor. Even in a market like this, you have access to 1 million opportunities a week. Every week, there are certain cards going up and down. The volatility is obviously there. That's why it requires experience, knowledge, a few years of doing this. Grading is a huge part of this, okay, guys? My point is, I always went for $10 and under for the most part. Popular Pokemon. This adventure, I have like 6 of these in here. This is $20 a pop now. I was paying $7 for these little guys. These are all sealed. Sealed and perfectly sealed. Let's hope the backs look good. Literally, this is a $30 Pikachu now. You could have got this all day for $4 for 3 years if you just took a little away from your sealed this and that. Okay, but again, now, if you sell your positions as a sealed investor, you can get back in and increase your positions. But again, massive risk, everything sealed is 3x. Whereas in the raw Pokemon card market, there are opportunities that present themselves literally every week. And let's say you got something, it goes up and then it goes down. Okay, well, guess what? If you're like me, you got stuff going up literally every week, all the freaking time right now, okay? So if something I have shoots up and it goes back down, I don't care. I just put it to the side. I'm invested in it. More time, the better. And then what do you know? Oh, it's the next week. Now I got these Pikas going up. Now I got some Gengars going up. Now, oh shoot, these just went up again. Oh wow. Oh wow, these Charizard. There's a sealed pack of Charizard UPC rare. You know how much I paid for this? I probably paid 30 bucks for it. You know what it's worth now? It's worth like 130 bucks. Okay? All I'm saying is, the more you know, the more you have time to deep dive into Pokemon, you are always going to have opportunities with raw Pokemon cards. Whereas with sealed, there are massive factors that can all of a sudden make your whole plan just wrench. I can't even get whatever, okay? So again, all investor bros that have a scenario in place where you're actually getting your stuff at MSRP, yeah, you are winning. The problem with that is a lot of the investor bros they're not in a scalper organization. They're not being tipped off to when things are restocking. You're fighting with all the scalpers to get that MSRP entry point. And a lot of you just don't have what it takes to get it done, to get it, because you're fighting with thousands of scalpers. When it comes to this stuff, scalpers don't know about this shit. There's a couple Discord groups that'll pump an IR here or there. It'll go back down. People like me will notify you guys that it's clearly pumping. You make the right decision. It goes down. It is what it is. A lot of these pump cards end up staying up anyway, like Drowsy's back over 30 and uptrending. All I'm saying is, this is way more fun than sealed investing. And all this stuff you see here literally came out of like 2.5 freaking PSA boxes. Literally. Imagine this much value in sealed product. My entire living room would just be full of sealed product, and I definitely would never get a girlfriend. Are you kidding me? At least this way I can hide stuff in the closet. Yeah. Anyway, guys, all I'm saying is I love Danny Phantom, but Danny Phantom's the kind of guy who would happily sell a Latias and Latios Lovebirds card for $30, or buy it for 30 and sell it for 40 and just live on margin for the last 10 years of his career. Think about if Danny had just a small amount of raw Pokemon card investor in his bloodstream, how up he would be on life right now. Think of how many Pikachu SM162s Danny Phantom would have if he just considered investing in raw Pokemon cards just a little bit. Maybe celebrations. Every single celebrations hit was $1 or $2 last year. Think about how up you would be if you were like, hey, I should put aside some celebrations hits. All I'm saying is, guys, sealed investing has pros and cons. Raw Pokemon card investing has pros and cons. Takes a lot more work, a lot more knowledge. Duh, right? Of course. Don't let the success of sealed investing make you think you can't make a lot of money investing in this stuff. Especially low risk, high reward cards, good artworks, popular Pokemon like Charizard, Pikachu, Rayquaza, Mew, all this. And by the way, if any of you TIMMYs are like, oh, my collection's bigger than yours, you're an idiot. I am a lazy man. I have to put all this stuff away now. I did not want to get out a ton of Pokemon cards. I just wanted to show you guys some examples of just nothing but pure dubs, proof that you can invest in raw Pokemon cards successfully, and if you time the market right, rather extremely successfully. And again, that's just what it is. Okay, so Poke Positivity, let's look over here. I do have a Poke Positive giveaway. What should I give away for today? A booster box of TERASTAL Festival, courtesy of TCA Gaming. Prismatic Evolution sucks complete ass, but this is a absolute treat to open. If you want to win this TERASTAL Festival booster box, courtesy of TCA Gaming, go ahead and write Poke Positivity in the comment section below. Be like, be subscribed, and go follow TCA Gaming if you don't already. He knows way more about Pokemon than me. Think about it. He just gave me a Paradox Rift booster box to give away. That's insane. That's genuinely insane. Okay. All right. TCA Gaming, love you. Look, if you want to invest in raw cards, just don't do the chase card. Duh. Don't buy Sunbreon. Don't buy Pikachu. Buy the cheap stuff that has low downside, high upside. And then a few years later, you'll be like me and you'll have so many promos you don't even want to take them all out for a video. Deuces.